Court said, Mr. Honorable Sir, that the Article 370 is not temporary, it is a special status. Sir, BJP has picked up this tactic from the Nazi manual. What is it called in Nazis? It's called tactic of legality, to subvert constitutional principles and values, sir. Sir, the Jammu Kashmir people from last 90 years have been fighting for democratic rights. I want to know from the Honorable Home Minister, we have used military in Northeast. Why? Because the Northeast people said, we are fighting for our dignity. We have used military force. But despite that, this government, despite the Nagas not laying down arms, you are still talking with them. Why? And the Nagas are saying, give us oil and gas. You are ready for that? This will have a grave implication on the solving of the Naga problem. And I want to know from the Honorable Home Minister, sir, he assumes to be a man with iron fist. But may I remind him that the first Iron Man in the whole democratic or undemocratic world was called Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor. Even Bismarck said that the iron fist must be used by a velvet. And the velvet was Article 370, which you have made it a hollow. And that is why I have to say, sir, that this government has proved that you are neophytes when it comes to statecraft. You have refused to understand where myth ends and where history begins. And I'm forced to say, sir, I'm concluding, I'm forced to say, sir, that the English proverb, for they sow the wind and they shall reap the whirlwind. Sir, I want to know when Asaduddin Owaisi can go and buy agriculture property in Himachal Pradesh. I want to know when Asaduddin Owaisi can go to Arunachal Pradesh and Lakshadweep without a permit. I am sure, despite my opposition to all these constitutional arrangements, because I believe more in plurality and diversity, you are going to hand over all these Northeast to the corporate world because you believe in all these issues, sir. Sir, I want to end by talking about how, demographic change. What is there, sir? NRC, CAB? Why don't you release all those Kashmiris? Sir, your MPs are saying this is Diwali. Why can't you leave the whole Kashmiri people? Let them come out. Let them also celebrate. They cannot even use a cell phone. They cannot even go out. What are you talking about? You have created Srinagar as some sort of a West Bank. That is unfortunate, sir. That is why I demand that the government release all prisoners, take away the curfew and ensure that communication is started. Last point, sir. What will happen on Eid? Eid is on Monday. Are you assuming that the Kashmiris should, instead of sacrificing lamb, they should sacrifice themselves? If you want that, I'm sure they'll do that. They have been doing that. And I conclude, sir. I conclude by what an erudite scholar wrote today in an article. He said BJP thinks that it is going to Indianize Kashmir, but instead what we will see is potential Kashmirization of India. You are doing a great disservice. Sir, there will be issues between Dogras and Punjabis in Jammu. There will be issues with Dalits also. There will be, and you mark my words, sir, there will be demand from Hindus of Jammu. Sir, I'm concluding, please, sir. There will be demand from Hindus of Jammu that why do we live in those two, Pir Panjal and Chenab Valley with Muslims? There will be migration, you mark my words, from Muslims of Kargil. You are underestimating. That is why, sir, I oppose this bill because this government is doing a disservice to Sardar Patel and Nehru. Thank you, sir.
सर, आज बहुत ऐतिहासिक दिन है, आपका मूड भी अच्छा है, तो 1-2 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा दे देना सर। सबसे पहले तो आज इस ऐतिहासिक दिन के लिए पिछले 6 दशक से भी ज्यादा समय से हिंदुस्तान का प्रत्येक तबका इस धारा 370 को और 35A को तोड़ने की डिमांड कर रहा था। 50-60 साल तक कांग्रेस की सरकारें बनाई।
So the discussion and the debate continues in the Lok Sabha on the decision of the government to do away with Article 370 and with it 35A. The AIMIM's Owaisi launching a Nazi attack against the NDA government, saying that what they're doing is right out of the Nazi playbook. He's also bringing in certain other states where there are restrictions on buying of land by outsiders. But he's by and large stoking the same fears as have been done by some certain Kashmiri leaders as well of more divide, questioning overall the government's decision, calling it wrong, calling it the third historic blunder. So he's making his line clear after Congress and a few other parties, especially the left, the JDU, refraining from backing the government on this. The AIMIM also coming out and saying that the abrogation of 370 is wrong. My colleague Sakal Bhatt has been tracking developments in Srinagar. She's also joining us live right now. Sakal, just a short while ago, a lot of focus was also on the fact that the Congress was claiming that senior leaders in Kashmir have been put in secret locations, they've been arrested. But we heard from Farooq Abdullah, an emotional press briefing by him, but he is making charges that are unsubstantiated. One, his location is known, and secondly, absolutely nobody is being executed, as he said.